Hello, folks. Welcome to Theater 104 Introduction to Theater. I'm Professor James McNamara, and we're going to be discussing a little bit about what is theater and what is art this afternoon. So, what is theater? At its most basic, theater is an art. I consider myself a theater artist. My colleagues consider themselves theater artists. We consider the work that we put on stage to be a form of art. So what is art? A definition that's very hard to define. This is something that I really like, but art is often considered the process or product of deliberately arranging elements in a way that appeals to the senses or emotions. It encompasses a diverse range of human activities, creations, and ways of expression, including music, literature, film, sculpture, and paintings. Art is not purely created for pleasure and beauty. There are lots of forms of art that are beautiful and satisfying and entertaining. There's also forms of art that are disturbing and scary, and they're all valid in their form. The thing that we have to start to think about is form and content, because all art contains form and content. Form. The elements of art, the principles of design, the actual physical materials used to create art. There's 7 elements of art: line, shape, space, value, form, texture, and color. These elements are the building blocks or ingredients of art, right? Within those elements, we have balance and rhythm and pattern and emphasis and contrast and unity and movement. Right? All of these things put together creates the form, creates what we're seeing or hearing. Content is what the artist means to portray, what the artist did portray, and then how we react as individuals to both the intended and actual messages. This is a very famous painting. It's a Campbell's soup can created by Andy Warhol. Warhol was one of the founders of the pop art movement back in the early 60s. He painted 32 Campbell's soup cans. Between the 32 flavors, there's subtle differences and imperfections, meaning that this really was high art, dwelling on a low, basic need, right? Everyday, readily available, seemingly mundane subject, the very essence of what pop art was. If we look at classical art, they did a lot of the same things. Here we have Warhol's Campbell's soup can and Da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Which one has more artistic merit? That's only for the audience member to decide. Commercial art communicates directly to its audience, right? Art sends us information. We receive a message. If we look at communication, right, art, especially theater arts, is directly linked to communication. We're trying to tell something. We're telling a story. We're creating a message. We're delivering something, right? There's the model of communication has 3 basic factors: the sender, the message, and the receiver. If we break that down a little bit more, we have the artist, the object, and the audience, right? So the object is the piece of art. Or within that object there is a message, and it's our job as the audience to analyze that and to absorb what message is coming to us. This is a Jackson Pollock painting. Jackson Pollock was an abstract expressionist, anxiously aware of human irrationality and vulnerability expressed in his concerns in an abstract art that chronicled the ardor and exigencies of modern life. The entrapment of modern life is what Pollock was interested in. Do we see that in this painting? Ask yourselves, spend some time with this painting. What do you see from it? What do we look at this painting and take away from the painter, right? What do we know about Pollock from looking at this painting? There are 3 major categories of art. We have literary art, which is the written word, poetry, novels, short stories, essays. We have visual art, right? Something that's seen, occupies space, doesn't change. This is paintings, drawings, sculptures. And then we have performance art, which is ephemeral in nature. It exists only for the moment it's created, and after it's done. It doesn't exist anymore. This is the art form most like life itself. Music, dance, all of these things happen and then are gone, and we experience them, and then they're gone. And we hold that experience, and that's the only thing that's left. So which art is theater? Your job now is to look at these three forms of art and write about which form do you believe theater encompasses. I'm going to ask you to write that, post in the discussion forum. After you've posted, please respond thoughtfully to 2 of your peers in class. Thanks a lot. Let me know if you have any questions.